Coming up, the Tzu Chi Philippines Chapter sets up a relief work program to help typhoon survivors in Laguna. We meet a group of experts in Taiwan who are working to restore Penghu's pristine coral reefs. Welcome to Dial Headlines. I'm Wendy Chen. Thank you for joining us. First up in the Philippines, in the aftermath of Typhoon Chami, Laguna province was severely flooded and covered in debris. The Tzu Chi Philippines Chapter thus initiated a relief work program for local residents to help them clean up their homes and also assist their economic situation.
It is the third day of the relief work program initiated by Tzu Chi here in Penang, Laguna province, and everything is slowly returning to normal for these residents. During the cleanup, there are no distinctions between male or females. Everyone does their best to help.
Rebuilding our lives has been difficult as my husband has been ill for more than a month, and it's up to my kids and I to make ends meet. So I'm very thankful that Tzu Chi is here to help us. You are very organized.
In the wake of the natural disaster, local residents band together to restore their lives, and even firefighters pitch in to help. Getting back to their lives, Tzu Chi's influence can be felt among the residents who participated in the program.
From Tzu Chi, I learned helping others isn't just about helping those who live in your community or those you know, but it's about helping everyone, including your enemy.
I will fill this bamboo coin bank so I can also help the needy.
Tzu Chi volunteers are here to not only help local residents rebuild their homes, but also to help them recover their smile.
Moving to Malaysia, Tzu Chi volunteers continue to shower impoverished residents with love by holding rice distributions. This time they held a rice distribution in Jakarta and in total handed out 36 tons of rice to 1,835 families.
Indonesia Tzu Chi volunteers visited impoverished residents door to door to hand out rice vouchers for an upcoming aid distribution in Jakarta. For most of these residents, living in poverty isn't as much of a concern as being able to feed their children.
I'm very glad to receive a rice voucher from Tzu Chi. For poor people like us, it's a great help to get rice. This way I can use the money I was going to spend on rice for other household expenses.
Senior Nanik lives in this simple wooden housing with her bedridden husband. The household's finances are dependent on Nanik's ability to collect recyclables and sell secondhand clothing. Thus, Tzu Chi's rice aid has arrived just in time.
I'm very grateful and happy to have received Tzu Chi's rice. It's heartwarming to see that there are people out there looking after the needy.
I hope through this type of activity, we can inspire more people to give selflessly and turn love into great love. I also hope that we can continue holding this type of event.
Although the aid supplies will eventually be consumed, the love that Tzu Chi provides will never fade from these recipients' hearts.
In Police Malaysia, Tzu Chi care recipient Maga, in addition to taking care of her mentally challenged daughter, was also left to care for her husband, who was involved in an accident 2 years ago. Luckily, Tzu Chi volunteers took the family under its wing, and today not only has Maga overcome the darkest days of her life, but also donates to help those in greater need.
My husband was injured in an accident 2 years ago. I was really helpless and didn't know what to do. Tzu Chi volunteers told me not to worry and that they could help.
Speaking of the accident her husband was involved in 2 years ago, Tzu Chi care recipient Maga finds it easier now to let go of her sadness and even encourages her mentally challenged daughter to donate to help others.
I put my spare change in the coin bank because I want to help others. I want to help those in need.
With a heart of gratitude, Maga not only gives what she can, but also inspires her neighbors to join her.
We experienced a severe flooding before, and Tzu Chi came to help those affected. I told my friends these volunteers don't ask for anything in return, so they wanted to donate what they can. Just like that, $1 or $2, my friends and I donate to Tzu Chi each month.
We want to inspire their compassion, so it doesn't matter how much. We try to encourage her and told her to have faith.
Besides the monthly donation, the kind-hearted woman also collects recyclables for Tzu Chi.
I come here all the time. Whenever I see recyclables on the road, I pick them up.
In the past, Maga used to collect recyclables to help support her family. However, today, she donates all of them to Tzu Chi's medical and educational fund.
I am deeply moved by how devoted she has become.
I would like to say thank you to Master Zhen Yan. We must be open-minded to be like the Master who loves all sentient beings.
The love and care of Tzu Chi volunteers has inspired the compassion in Maga's heart and led her to live a meaningful and colorful life. 10 years ago, a group of students from South Africa traveled to Taiwan to express their gratitude to Tzu Chi and Master Zhen Yan for giving them a chance to study. Today, 2 of these students are back in Taiwan to study Mandarin at Tzu Chi University's Center for Language Studies and once again express their gratitude to the Buddhist NGO. Having studied at the first school built by Tzu Chi in South Africa a decade ago, these 2 students visited Taiwan to meet Master Zhen Yan. Today they are here once again, only this time to study Mandarin.
I'm promising all of them that I will study hard, as they said, and I'm promising Sikong Sangren that 我要认真读书。
Seeing the video footage of themselves from 10 years ago, the 2 girls are all smiles. The students not only vow to study hard, but also to serve their community once back home.
I would like to thank Master, the Sufus, and the rest of Tzu Chi for everything. And I can at least promise everyone that I'd work hard to become better people and then actually go back home and teach it to people back there.
Though having been in Taiwan for less than a week, with the love and companionship of Tzu Chi volunteers, the 2 girls do not feel lonely. Staff from the Religious Affairs Department also collected second-hand daily necessities in hopes of teaching the youngsters to cherish all resources.
It would be quick to buy everything they need because there isn't much to buy and it is not that expensive. However, we don't want them to get used to easy access of material goods.
Tzu Chi's seeds of love planted in the hearts of these bodhisattvas have blossomed and are a testimony to how Tzu Chi's great love transcends all boundaries. To celebrate Mother's Day in Thailand, the Chiang Mai Tzu Chi School organized a series of events on August 9th. At the ceremony, the students took the chance to show their love to their moms by serving food and tea, as well as bowing in a respectful manner. Let's take a look.
Holding their bowls steadily and gently feeding their mothers, students of the Chiang Mai Tzu Chi School seized the opportunity to express their gratitude to their mothers.
The Tzu Chi School teaches our children to fulfill their filial duties before it is too late. Today, I feel blessed to have the opportunity to have my children by my side and serve me food.
Bowing to their mothers respectfully, these students not only build positive characters through the school's education, but also their mothers' examples.
Today, I'm happy and honored to receive the Mother of Year award. I hope that my 3 boys will be able to make contributions to society in the future.
As August in Thailand is a month of gratitude, the Chiang Mai Tzu Chi School organized this ceremony where the youngsters not only learn the importance of filial piety, but also take action to express their love and care to their caregivers.
It is estimated that Taiwan's offshore island of Penghu attracts close to 1 million tourists each year. However, this also means that the large amount of human activities have brought destruction to the oceans, causing coral reefs to degrade at an alarming rate. Next, we meet a group of professionals who are devoted to restoring these coral reefs and returning the ocean to its original beauty.
目前呢，我们其实持续在做这个珊瑚礁护育的研究。那希望有朝一日能够将整个澎湖湾，不管是内湾或外湾，它的珊瑚能够再重新把它这个种回来。
This is Zhang Guoliang, director of the Penghu County Marine Life Propagation Station. He is also an activist dedicated to the rehabilitation of Penghu's coral reef.
这也是大概1个月而已。我们是这样子剪枝之后放下去。
We plant the coral stem here, and if the transplant is effective, the coral will attach itself to the epoxy adhesive we fixed here. Once the corals have grown, we will transfer them back onto the reef.
它的造礁作用如果
If the transplant is successful, it will grow in the shallow waters close to the surface and form a coral reef.
Not only has the marine propagating station been successful in the restoration of 4 acropora coral species, it has also begun rehabilitation on the most commonly seen porite coral.
微孔珊瑚其实它是造礁作用是最好的珊瑚。
Transplant is most effective with the porite coral, and we hope that by transplanting the corals into the inner bay area, this will help restore the ecological balance there.
Zhang's biggest concern is that coral degradation from human impact continues to escalate. Had the restoration project not begun sooner, rehabilitating these aquatic treasures might have come too late.
那整个内湾因为受到优氧化的影响
As the entire inner bay has been affected by eutrophication, especially by the small inner bay, coral coverage is low, and this is the reality.
What's left in the inner bay area are the less colorful submassive corals. Although more than 10,000 corals have been transplanted since 2005, human destruction far exceeds their revival rate.
那在澎湖的外湾，我们的活存率
Only 30% of our corals survive over 3 years, but their coverage is more than 82%.
Transplanting one coral means more hope for the marine world and our oceans, but Zhang's commitment doesn't end there. Using oyster shells, the station has become the sole provider of the country's seaweed supply.
Oyster shells are supposed to be white in color, but look, it's red now because it contains a lot of seaweed filament. We culture about 90,000 to 100,000 of these each year. They can be cultured within 3 months.
The station also cultures algae.
这个是我们的蜈蚣藻的丝状体的大量培养。那
This is the Guadalupe spasa. It's one of the larger types of algae. We use a one-time FRP bucket to culture algal filament. If it's successful, we can culture mass algae and provide them to our propagating stations on the inner bay.
Only by restoring and preserving these aquatic treasures can they continue to provide shelter for a wide variety of marine life and thus revive the ecological balance and beauty of the ocean.
In Taichung, Mr. Jiang and his wife from Taichung's Fengyuan district began taking care of their daughter after she was injured in a car accident 17 years ago. Unfortunately, Jiang's wife passed away 3 years ago, and the pressure of working and caring for his daughter alone became too much to bear. It is then Tzu Chi volunteers arrived with subsidies and helped place his daughter in an assisted living facility. Here's more.
On her way home, she was hit by a car at an intersection. Before both my wife and I took care of her, she would look after her while I went to work. After she passed away, I take care of her now. When I am working, she waits for me in the car. When it comes noontime, I feed her lunch and change her diaper. In the evening, we go home together.
64-year-old Jiang had his hands full with work during the day and taking care of his daughter at night.
I'm getting older, and it was difficult to find a full-time job when having to also take care of her. The volunteer said that it would be easier if I put her in an assisted living facility. That way she is cared for, and I can get a stable job. I'm going to check up on her now. I will change her diaper and see if she is feeling better.
阿琴啊，爸来快你看，好，你家己爱顾好哦，有听无？要要听坐无？
没啊。
好，未来，爸爸，好啦，我知啦。
Since her car accident, Jiang's 40-year-old daughter suffered injuries which left her with the mental capabilities of a child. Now all she thinks about is her father. With both daughter and father looking out for one another, this is one family where two hearts beat as one.
知情，你的生日到了呢，你知影吧？哎，叔哥吼，叔哥摕一个蛋糕来给你庆祝。 祝你生日快乐！爸爸那么我爸爸打的喏，你农民还在摸了，我了。
Committed to her father, Jiang's daughter works hard at her rehab so that one day she can reduce the burden that her father has to carry.
He really has a big heart. He says that once he gets his work in order, he wants to stop the subsidies that we are giving him.
Both my daughter and I are now Tzu Chi members. Although our lives are difficult at present, in the future, when we are a little bit better off, we will turn our energies to helping others.
Although the Jiang family seems one behest by misfortunes, however, with Tzu Chi's help, the family is learning to cultivate a field of blessings in which blooms hope, love, and wisdom.
In Malaysia, Batu Pahat Tzu Chi volunteers recently held a 7th lunar month blessing ceremony to encourage members of the public to observe the auspicious month in the correct way and go meatless.
This is Tzu Chi's 7th Lunar Month Blessing Ceremony held at Batu Pahat, Malaysia. Today, Tzu Chi volunteers and the general public gathered together to pray for blessings. Other than using a skit to encourage those in the audience to avoid burning joss paper, some Tzu Chi volunteers also share their stories.
I've stopped the practice of burning just paper. I've also been using the money for just paper to help those in need or attend religious assemblies. I feel more at ease because of it.
After listening to Master Zheng Yan's words of wisdom, Han and his family have realized that the 7th lunar month is a month of auspiciousness.
We have been donating the money for just paper to our bamboo coin banks. The money can help the less fortunate, and at the same time, we can gain blessings for ourselves. Isn't that more meaningful?
Other than promoting the concept of no burning of just paper, Tzu Chi volunteers also encourage those in the audience to protect all living beings by going meatless.
Before an animal is killed, it will be extremely terrified. Today I'm repenting for my past behavior. I vow to be a vegetarian for the rest of my life.
I hope to use this religious message to remind me to go meatless. I think everyone is capable of becoming a vegetarian.
After attending today's blessing ceremony, members of the public gain a better understanding of the true meaning behind the 7th lunar month.
Also holding a blessing ceremony are Tzu Chi volunteers in Indonesia's Pekanbaru, who seized the opportunity to promote no burning of joss paper and animal offerings to participants.
At the blessing ceremony for the auspicious 7th lunar month, Tzu Chi volunteers in Pekanbaru Liaison Office put on a musical rendition of the Sutra of Profound Gratitude to Parents. Among the onstage volunteers is Yanni Intan, who has decided to give up her traditional ways to observe this month in the correct manner.
Before, I used to burn a lot of joss paper. My elders said that the joss paper is burned for the dead so that they can use it in the other world. My family also told me that the joss paper is in fact a kind of bribes.
Yanni in time struggled to convince her family to give up their traditional practices. However, through various Tzu Chi's events, she has proved to them how Buddhist teachings have helped her gain spiritual fulfillment.
Master Zheng Yan says it is no use burning joss paper. Now the problem of global warming is serious. Instead of burning lots of joss money, we should use the money to help people in need and extend the merit to our deceased family members. This way there will be less pollution.
Now Yanni in time no longer uses animal offering to observe the 7th lunar month. In addition, she has invited her neighbors to join Tzu Chi's recycling campaign.
After joining Tzu Chi, I have learned a lot. Other than Master Zheng Yan's Dharma, I have also learned how to protect our environment and how to observe the 7th lunar month in the correct manner. Now I'm no longer superstitious.
Thanks to Tzu Chi's auspicious month campaign, more and more people will be following in Yanni in time's footsteps in observing the 7th lunar month in a frugal and correct manner.
At the recently opened Taichung Jingsi Hall, we joined Tzu Chi volunteers who transformed old carpets into handmade flooring protector pads as they give these unused items a second lease of life. Let's take a look.
These pieces of flooring protector pads are made from old carpets. Volunteers carefully cut the old carpets into small pieces and glue each one of them onto the legs of tables and chairs.
Hammer it hard or it may easily fall.
Despite the repetitive work, the volunteers not only find it interesting, but also spiritually fulfilling.
This work gives me a chance to cultivate my heart. With these pads, the floors will not be damaged.
Of course, I am happy. As long as I can do something, I feel happy.
With the handmade protector pads, the wooden floors are better protected.
The Taichung Jingsi Hall is new. These protector pads can keep the wooden flooring from getting scratched.
We have attached the pads onto nearly 3,200 legs of tables and chairs. This way, the floors can be better protected, thanks to all the volunteers involved.
A little girl also joins the volunteers' ranks.
This place is fun. Staying at home is boring. Here, I can learn more knowledge, and it's more meaningful.
Thanks to volunteers' creativity, the old carpets were given a second lease on life.
We stay in Taiwan at the end of the show as the Haiphong branch of the Mailiao Elementary School in Yunlin County cannot withstand strong quakes and is under reconstruction for its old buildings. The Tzu Chi Foundation decided to help build 6 prefabricated classrooms for temporary use. We'll leave you with these images. Thank you for tuning in. Goodbye.